Hey everybody, coming at you live on the Solo Ranger. Just thought I'd do a quick little update and a little account progress overview. We've officially hit the 1 year age of this account. So as you can see in the chat, I'm at 1,041 hours and 51 minutes over the past 12 months. Some of this was AFK, so we did a big portion of AFK 2 times for the Xingje Boardwalk 9 rings. So getting into that, we'll just go over the titles real quick. So right now, we have 4 titles maxed out of 30. So we have Secret Agent. We did this during the Christmas time, doing the holiday event quest. We just recently got Spear Marshal, so that was fun. That mostly came from doing harpy farming. Legendary Survivor was the first title we achieved, so that was just done passively via doing Dragon Moss when farming for Cursic Faction. And then Life of the Party, we basically just spammed all the party points we could, and then again during Christmas time, we were double farming the party and the Vanguard points at the same time, so that's how we ended up with that. Looking at some of the other titles and what we're close with, so we're very close to Tyrion Protector. We only have 6 missions left to do, mostly 6 bonuses left to do. The Tyrion exploration I've been making good progress on, so I can just show you real quick. We did some skill capping today, and that's going to be a theme in the near future. So you'll see I got some of Snake Dance uncovered, and some of Grint's Footprint uncovered, as well as just, various other areas around. But we're focusing right now on capping all of the Ranger skills, just to kind of have them all unlocked. Lightbringer is the other thing. We've made a ton of progress on this off stream, so I've been doing a new farm in Domain of Anguish, and I'll just show the build for that real quick. If we go into my farming section, this Stygian farm. So I made this build basically as a way to farm the Stygians outside of the Domain of Anguish in Stygian Vale. So it's very, very easy build to use. You can do this other ways. There's other builds that can do it, and in fact Ranger, when doing Ranger Assassin, can fully solo the Domain of Anguish, and that's something that's on my immediate to-do list. So I'm going to be first gathering con sets and pecons, and then we're going to be attempting to do a full clear of Domain of Anguish. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be doing that more than likely in hard mode as well, so it's going to be pretty difficult, but yeah, as you can see, we've farmed 22 Stygian gemstones so far, so we have quite a lot of these already, and we're going to be going for the Tormented Shield as one of our shields, and then also probably, just the other Tormented weapons too. Getting into the next title, so we have Golden. This is the lucky title, and we are essentially 1 rank away from the max rank, but just keep in mind that we're not even halfway. I think actually we are just halfway, a little bit past halfway of this full title. So we've been doing this through 9 rings, and I recently, during the double lucky points week, used up all my lockpicks except for a small handful. So we did that, and another quick progress to show. We actually got 4 storm bows when farming, but we got 2 that we were using. So we have this one, which is a Zealous with Soul Reaping on it. Very cool bow to have. And then this one, which is a energy storage with Daze on it. So this is a good bow to use if we're running a Dazed build. And we're actually using this bow right now in factions to do to get to New Fui Quarter. So we're working on doing Vizuna Square right now with this bow and a build with this bow. So that's pretty cool. Alone is following Tyria up with the most explored and most missions and bonuses done, so we're still working on that. That's going to be a little bit longer of a grind, I think, than Tyria's going to be. Not as bad as factions, of course, but what can you do? The unlucky title is the next on the list. This one, I'm very happy with the progress we made during the double lucky week specifically. So we used 100 and something total lockpicks, and it actually equated to more than 300 or so chest openings because of the titles that we already have. So we're at 128k. So this title is, starting to creep up there, and we're slowly making our progress here. This is one of the longest titles in terms of amount of time and the amount of money that we're having to spend, so it's really good to see that this is getting up there. The Tyrion Skill Hunter, that I said a bit about it earlier. We actually did some of this today, so before I get into vanquishing everything, I want to have all these skills unlocked, so I don't have to worry about, going to get a skill for a build that I want to run. So we're 21 and 90 in Tyria, and we did all of that today, pretty much, except for the stuff that we already had. Adventure of the North, we've not really done anything specific to make progress in this. This is just, generic Eye of the North progress. So I will be going back to this, though. We're going to be going for Legendary Master of the North. I'll probably want to farm some concepts to do some of the hard mode stuff there, but yep, still on the path there. And cancel skill title, it's the same as the Tyrian one. We're just going to keep on that. Our kind of a big deal is at 4 titles max because we're 430, so not no, we're not at the kind of a big deal yet, but I'm fairly confident we could get this anytime we want. And yeah, there's a few titles in here which I've been putting off doing for really no reason. And once we do those, we're going to be, I think, at, 9 or 10 titles, maybe even 11. So where we've made huge progress is Kurzik. So we're at 1.3 million Kurzik faction. Very, very cool to be this far. We're 1/10 of the way done and some change. So we need 10 million total faction. That's going to be pretty difficult to get, but I keep farming it during double faction weeks. Not as much as I should be, but I am farming it, so it's just going to slowly pick up over time. The Devotee of Wisdom, we've been making a lot of really good progress on this just from all the farming we've been doing. So yeah, I expect to have this title before the account's finished. I don't think we're going to have to do any kind of, gold farming to identify or anything like that. On to some of the things that I've been putting off. The Azuran rep one is one of them, so I really have no reason to not have farmed this out fully, and it's one of the titles I want to get soon, so maybe after I get all of the skills unlocked, we'll go and do all of the rep titles, mostly because I want to have at least rank 5 in them, so we can get the maximum effect of these. So like Radiation Field, having that disease duration's really nice. You'll see, I've been messing with some condition builds and even the new pestilence range, so I've been messing with that kind of stuff, and I want to have all the PV skills fully maxed out to do that. Loading Skill Hunter is the same as the other ones, where that's the current thing that we're working on primarily. So and then Delver and the, Slayer of Beasts, these two are the same as the Azura. I really should be farming these and getting these to at least rank 5, so that's going to come up very soon. The Advanced Treasure Hunter, when we did our lock picking during Double Lucky Week, we got this from rank 1 to 2 and then 3, so we're at 800 chests open. Pretty good progress so far. Cantha, like I said, is the weakest of all the titles. This is one where we basically, in Cantha, skip every mission and bonus we can, because the bonuses, at least to start with, are not very possible, because they're all time limits, so when you're playing solo, time limits are pretty much the death of anything you do. So we're going to be doing some exploratory work on this in the future, but this is going to be more towards the end of the account, more than likely. Sweet Tooth title, I can actually show the progress in the storage. So we haven't used any of these, but we have tons of birthday cupcakes. We're saving these to use during the actual times where we need them. And same with the DP removal and everything else. Same with the alcohol. I should probably set up fruitcakes to auto use when I go into town, so I might do that soon. But yeah, outside of that, we're only using this stuff when we actually need to use it, and that's pretty much the same for all of these consumable titles, which is why this is one of those titles that I could have this at 10,000 points right now, but I just don't want to rush it there, so I can use these properly. Getting into the other titles, so Alonian, this is, like I said, similar to Factions, where we just haven't gone and done a lot of these. And yeah, the Guardian titles, of course, I don't even know if it's gonna be possible, but we're gonna try, so we'll get to that eventually. Tyrian Guardian, same thing. We've done a mission here and there, for some of these, and that's pretty much about it. Very recently, we also did some vanquishing, so you'll see there's a vanquish in here, and same with the Alona one. We've done these 2 vanquishes, and we're going to continue doing those once we've caught up a little bit on getting some skills capped. So We did make really good progress today, though. We have a lot of skills unlocked. I also went and bought the skills from some of the vendors, so we have a lot of the non-elites too. But yeah, we have a lot of the skills unlocked for Ranger at least, and I plan to expand that more in the future. Yeah, that's pretty much all the titles. We have the gamer points in here. These were from when we got the roller beetle, but outside of that, that's pretty much everything. We did get rank 1 Luxon recently as well, so there was a time, and I'll just go over here to Kining real quick just to show. During the double faction week, the Saint Injeka's shrine was actually flipped to Luxon for a while, so we were actually farming the same farm. We were farming the Dragon Moss, but for Luxon faction, and yeah, that was a lot of fun. And yeah, going over the storage overview, just to kind of show what we have here on screen. We have a lot of stuff in storage. I finally got my first goldenization coin. We're probably going to take a quick detour soon to just farm some money to buy this out. I want to get a large equipment pack. As you can see, my my storage in my inventory is getting kind of unruly, and I want to be able to move this to an equipment pack, so that way we can farm longer, you know, not have to make as many trips back and everything. And yeah, these scrolls are all saved up. I've not used a single scroll on this account, but we have tons of scrolls in here just, you know, to have for the collection. And we've gotten some Armor of Salvation. We never got the other 2 cons yet, so once we rep grind these, we'll get those cons and we'll start putting our crafting materials into them. We did farm a little bit of pecons, but that's still on the list of things to do. So this is the tab that's primarily for our weekly Nick gifts. I've not been doing it as much as I should be. We really need to, though, because I need to get as many of these candies as I can. And this is going to help with stuff like DOA and Solo Underworld and Solo Foe and that kind of thing. So we're going to continue to do that soon. I did this week. I did last week, because I just haven't been doing it, you know, regularly every week for a while. And then we have some miscellaneous mods in here. I got a Rec 10 Fiery Dragon Sword in here. We got, this is just a Vamp mod. I don't even know why I have this in the storage, so I don't need this. A fast casting mod for a spear. I didn't know if that was going to come into use. We got an enchant thing that I just like keeping the enchant things around in case we get a new spear or something. And then we actually got Kefit's Refuge today when we were killing Kefit for getting marker protection. So we just happened to get it. And I used to farm these back in the day and sell them when they were worth something, so it was kind of fun to get that today. And yeah, I think everybody's seen this tab. This is basically just all the mods I'm storing. We have a bow grip of demon slaying, which is nice, but we can't really use this, to be honest, because I thought that we would use this in DOA somehow, but the problem is that demons, for the bow builds that we would run, they're not. It's not good to use a bow against the demons, so. And we have a strength for warrior in here. I thought this might be useful too if we ever run a ranger warrior with sword build, so I'm considering using that. And then yeah, there's just miscellaneous mods in here. We have a bow grip for first dragons. We'll use this for rot scale. We have a critical strikes one as well. I might put this on one of my storm bows, so I'm considering switching out the dazed bow to just be a straight up damage bow. Or maybe making this half moon that I got that's Rec 9. This might end up being the damage bow instead, and maybe I'll turn that into the one with crit strikes on it. But yeah, other than that, just some miscellaneous stuff. There's a soul reaping hammer in here, which is useless, but we have it. I've been keeping every material that I find, so anytime we get anything that is, you know, potential for a Nick gift or one of the holiday events, I kind of keep it in here. And then these are our non-maxed armor sets. So you can see we have our level, you know, this is the original armor that we got with the armor 10, so pretty cool. This was the regular pre-searing mask, and then we have a gift of the Huntsman, which we smuggled in from pre just to kind of have it in the storage, and some more mods. So you're going to see a lot of mods just sprinkled throughout this. Same in here. Lots of different mods, not really necessarily useful. It's just stuff that I've been keeping. I'll probably get rid of some of it again soon, but yeah, we've just been kind of keeping it in storage while we have the space. I have a few skins in here as well, so like the skeletal shield. I'll probably turn this into a good shield when I find something to put on it. I think if I get the mod, I want to turn this into a demon shield, so I'll use this for DOA. I just like the skin, so. And then we have our earth shield and, you know, miscellaneous other stuff like blunt, dragons, plants, ogres, fire damage, cold damage, etc. These are all of our armor sets with the insignias, so you have the Frostbound, the Earthbound, the Stormbound, the Pyrebound, and then the Beastmaster. So this Stormbound, I'm going to make Elite Kurzik armor for that, but I'm just basically waiting on, you know, I need to spend the faction on getting the Amber. The Frostbound, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. I might make this the Luxon one, so you'll have this be the Kurzik, this be the Luxon. And then the Beastmaster, I'll probably put this on the Obsidian armor when I get it. But I'm also considering maybe I should put the Blessed on the Obsidian armor, and then I'll put the Beastmaster on the Monument that I already have. And yep, just more mods. Lots of different mods in here. Old weapons, we have our Totem Axe in here. And then some miscellaneous suites and stuff. Yep, more mods, you'll see. And this is the other thing, while we were farming chests, we got a bunch of Eternal Shields, so I have some extras in here, which I'll probably just get rid of, because I don't think I need them. But we did get a decent one here, so our Rec 9 Strength Eternal Shield, and we have that versus fire damage right now, which is pretty cool. And another thing I forgot to show off, this is probably this account's most expensive thing. We have an OS double vamp bow. So that's a pretty cool thing to have on this account, and I customized it because nothing's leaving in this account, so yeah, I think OS double vamp bow is pretty sick to have. It's not max, it does have, you know, plus 14, -1, and it's rec 10, but I still think that's a pretty cool thing to have. And I have all of the books down here. I actually have, funny enough, a full Night Falls book. I forgot to turn this in, so yep, this book is basically just almost full, and it's useless because we got the Sun Spear rank, so. And same with the Lightbringer rank recently. I could have turned that in for Lightbringer, but I went and farmed it, so. Yeah, that was pretty funny. This is where most of our runes are. So the Superior Marksmanship rune, I've been saving this. I'm going to get the Blindfold from the, I think it's from like the Vanguard area. So we're going to get the Blindfold for the Superior Marksmanship, and then that way we'll have one to use. We've had multiple builds where we're running Marksmanship recently, so we're gonna use that. And yeah, just more pecons, more random mods just sprinkled in. And then, yeah, these last tabs, these are all pretty much alcohol and sweets, so you'll see I've just kind of got them stacked up from when I did events. There's not a whole lot of everything in there, but we have a good mix of stuff, so, you know, stuff like candy corn and golden eggs and etc, etc. We're going to be farming the events better this year, so, you know, as we progress the year, I'm going to be focusing more on getting the pecons into the account, because we really, really need these for the harder content. And yep, this is the die storage. Fun fact, I've not used a single die on this account, and I've picked up every die I've ever seen. So if you want to know what 1,000 hours and 1 year of farming looks like in terms of dies, well, this is what it looks like for me. I have 10 black dies, 9 white dies, 25 silver, 38 pink dies. I'm not specifically farmed to die, obviously, but, you know, they've just kind of come this way from regular farming. And for our wintergreen weapon, we ended up getting the axe. Not the best. I was hoping for the shield or the scythe, but this is what it is. You don't get to choose. And yep, in here, this is our first max armor set that we had, so I just got it stored in here for now. It is the only set of armor that's infused, actually, so that is something I'm also going to do soon, is go and infuse my other armor sets, so I don't have to worry about that. And yeah, you can see I have tomes in here. These are all just from, this is from Dragon Moss farming. These are from Harpy farming. And then I think these are from Harpy farming too. And then the Mesmer one, I can't remember what farm this is from, but I farmed something with Mesmers in it recently. And yeah, I just got one. I'm just putting these in here to collect. I just thought it'd be a cool thing to collect, so. And you know, we have summoning stones and stuff too. Our material storage is actually looking pretty decent. So we have 28 Jadeite shards. We've basically, because the guild that I'm in, that I set up is Kurzik, I've been dumping all my Luxon faction into Jadeite shards, so we're going to use this to get a little bit Luxon armor. But yeah, that's pretty much all the storage. We're kind of short here, actually, so we're going to have to do some target farming of dust, feathers, granite slabs, and plant fiber soon, so I've pretty much sold all the plant fiber that I've picked up and used that to fund the lucky titles. And yeah, I think we're going to have to start using it on P-cons soon in the regular cons, so we're going to be doing that. I've also been salvaging all of the gemstone related things, so like the ruby, sapphire, and diamond. You can see it's dire. Like, the amount that we have is nothing. And I want to get elite Vabian armor. I really want to do that too, so we're going to have to target farm those gemstones soon enough. That's pretty much all of the storage progress and the title progress. I'll just do a quick overview now, just to kind of show what our map looks like. So yeah, you can see Prophecies, we beat all of Ascalon, we beat all of the Northern Shiver Peaks, all of Kryta, all of Maguma. It's fully done, all the way up to Sanctum K. The last bit to do in Prophecies is the desert, so we did all of the desert mission and bonuses, but we do need to do Dragon Slayer, so the bonus for this, I wasn't paying attention when I did it. I think the Dragon Slayer run we had before was like a 6-hour run or something like that. It was when the account was much younger, and yeah, we should be able to go back and do Glint perfectly fine now. And then the Southern Shiver Peaks, all of these bonuses are needed. The only one that's going to be any trouble is Thunderhead Keep. These other two I just skipped for time purposes. We were up against the anniversary, and I wanted to get it done, so. And yeah, up here, we have Ring of Fire done. Abaddon's Mouth, this should be free. It's mostly just a time sink of killing all of the mobs ahead of the NPC you have to escort, and then doing that. I don't remember what the bonus for Hell's Precipice was, but I doubt that this is going to be much of an issue. More of an issue in these places is going to be skill capping, so I have them disabled right now, but we have a lot of skills we need to cap here, and what I might do, actually, is when I go to skill cap here, I might just try to do the missions as I'm skill capping in them. So, like, we'll do Abaddon's Mouth, go and grab incendiary arrows or whatever, and, you know, we'll try to mix and match and not just, you know, go through and cap skills and then do the missions separately. We're going to try to do it all at once. But, yep, that's all Tyria. We'll go over to factions real quick. And this is, like I said, where we have the least progress. We've beaten the game in here, of course, but we don't have any of the bonuses done, and it's pretty much by design of the bonuses all being timed. Recently, I did do some testing for Vizuna, so we have a build that is working for Vizuna. It's a broadhead arrow build. It works pretty good, so we're going to continue that. And once we get through there, I have a plan to farm Nefui Quarter for Celestial. So we're going to farm outside of Nefui, the Mantids, and we're going to get Celestial Bow, maybe Sword. We'll see what else. It depends on what drops, of course. Yeah, going down here, we struck through here. I'm pretty confident I could get the final sword in Gyala. I know that I was really close to getting it already, and the turtle just died with, like, you know, 2 HP or like a second before I killed the final mob, so I'm pretty confident we could get that. Even on Waking Waters, I'm pretty confident on. But yeah, the rest of these, it's all just a toss-up. I have no clue how we're going to get through the Kurzik side. I have no clue how we're going to get, like, Vizuna with the bonus. It doesn't really make sense. We're probably going to have to come up with some kind of Shadow Form build to skip through half of it to get that done. And same with Imperial Sanctum and Riser Palace. These two are already so difficult, it's going to be real hard to get the bonus on. Going over to Nightfall. We have pretty decent progress here. I haven't done the Tutorial Island missions, so these are going to be pretty much free. But we have a lot of the other ones done, so yeah, you'll see as we go up here. Lots of stuff done, kind of mixed into stuff that needs to be done still. Dash is going to be pretty difficult in terms of time, but other than that, I think the bonus for that's pretty straightforward. So, Grand Court, this mission is so annoying. I have a feeling I can get the bonus with cons. The main thing with Grand Court is it's a time attack, so you're limited to, like, I think it's 7 or 8 minutes for normal mode, so you have that long to kill everything in it and cap the center. It's really, really difficult solo, so we'll keep on that. And then, yeah, getting up into the Torment area, I went ahead and unlocked all of the extra outposts. So we have Gate of Nightfall on lands and Shadow Nexus, and we have the Gate of Anguish, and this is where we've been farming, of course. So we've been farming in here, getting all this. And then, last but not least, we go over to Eye of the North. go to Lions. So yeah, Either North progress. It's pretty much it. I mean, it's fully complete. We beat the campaign, of course. We have central transfer unlocked. This is another thing I just can show real quick. Is you'll see I have destroyer cores in here that I've been collecting. We're gonna get the gauntlets. I've basically been farming central transfer chambers challenge mission over and over again. So we'll eventually get to that. We need 250 of them, and that's it for that. And then yeah, outside of that, we've basically just got all the areas unlocked, and we've just not done anything else. One thing we do need to do still is, if we open our storage up again, and I find the right tab, here it is, we still only have 2 map pieces, so we need all 4. And I don't know I don't know how I'm gonna find that. And a quick note while we're here too, so we have 3 proofs of legend saved. When the anniversary comes up, I'm gonna try to get the other 2 bows, so the 2 green bows that you can get, and we'll see, you know, where we get after that. That's pretty much it for progress. I think we'll end off this video just kind of opening this gift, so let's see what we get. Hopefully it's something good. And it's a siege turtle, so oh, there you go. 1 year for this turtle, and this is now a new part of our account. It's actually a pretty cool miniature to get. This is the one. You know, you can get some really bad ones, but yeah, thanks for watching today, everybody. Like, subscribe. New Necro videos come out every Monday. You're gonna keep seeing progress with the Ranger as well, especially as we get towards the anniversary. But yeah, thank you everybody for sticking around for this year, and I will catch you all later.